David Love is appearing at the Woodman Folk Club on the 14th of June. He's here now to tell me more about that and lots of other fun stuff too. Hello, sir.
Hello, Jason. It's nice to see you again.
So, what's going on then? Because the Folk Club event is just the tip of the iceberg with you at the minute.
Yes, it is. It's the tip of a not very, very big iceberg. It's not a Titanic-sized one. On the 14th of June, which is a Friday, I'm doing the Woodman Folk Club, which is no longer at the Woodman pub in Kings Winford, where it all started off. It's been running since 1971. Mm-hmm. It's one of the longest running folk clubs.
I think you're allowed to change of venues in that sort of time.
Well, the only reason they changed it was because the pub has been knocked down, so they moved to Ashwood Marina in the little Ashwood hamlet. Well known for the garden centre where my wife spends an absolute fortune. But the irony is, on Friday nights, I'm in the Woodman often, but not the Woodman Folk Club. I mean, back in the old pub, because they never knocked it down after all. And they've got a nice Thai restaurant in the area where we used to play actually on the stage.
It sounds good though, so quite enjoyable.
Yeah. So it's still there. But anyway, they're Ashwood Marina, very friendly club. And it's got this continuity, if you like, that goes right back to 1971. Mm-hmm. There are people who, it's completely overlapped. There's never been a hiatus and then somebody new, completely new has come in. It's just been a continuing sort of a club right up to the present. And they book huge names, national names, and then obviously when they're stuck, they'll put me in and a few... And from time to time a few other local people, which is great because there aren't so many of those type of clubs around these days. You either have to pay a fortune to go and see international stars, or it's just a little sing around in a bar or a club, or where people pay nothing and nobody gets paid. Yeah. And so let's face it, if you're not a committed follower of the folk tradition, it's the entertainment qualities or the entertainment potential is going to be a bit.
It's a little lower than
up and down, shall we say?
Of mixed standards.
Yeah.
So this all runs alongside the fact you're dismissing the fact you're an international star, but you've been doing quite a bit of telly and a few bits and pieces.
I like to tell people, yes, I've been doing a bit of telly. Yeah. I don't know if it counts when you go on quizzes.
I think it definitely does.
You are on the telly, that's right, but it's not like you get paid.
You get more repeats, but no repeat fees.
Yeah, that's right. People tell me they've seen me on The Chase now and times. I've not seen a single one of the repeats. Yeah. Because they obviously don't keep in touch with you to tell you when the repeats are going to be shown. Mm-hmm. But I popped up on there and repeats of, I think 15 to 1. And I did 15 to 1, I think, since I last came on.
So you've been on with Sandy, is it?
That's right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I actually bowed to her. I couldn't stop myself doing it. But you have to look down a little bit. I said, "Did I just bow to you?" And she said, "No, darling, it happens all the time. Don't worry." So we did that one. Got to the final stage of it. Yeah. And then got beaten by an astrophysics student from Edinburgh.
They're the worst kind, I suppose.
They kept throwing these questions at me. But it turned out his mom taught our kids in Hounsdale School in Womben. Small world.
All links all the way. And of course there's still Mastermind, which you dine out on too.
Now, here's a lesson. You've heard the word hubris. I'm sure all your listeners are familiar with that. And I got through the first, the heat, and I did... the paintings of Peter Bruegel, the elder. I like them. Did all right on my general knowledge because I always fancy myself in the general knowledge. Then for the semi-final, I did Stan Cullis.
Right.
I thought I really do want to do him justice. And I had a good round in the semi-final. So all I'd got, I was ahead, couple of points ahead. All I needed to do was have an half decent general knowledge round. So I'm sitting in the chair, waiting to go up, and I'm thinking to myself, I never renewed my passport. I wish I'd have done that because you get a trip out of being in the final. Yeah. And it was to America again. I was going to do Ogden Nash, the poet. And I'm thinking all these things. What am I going to say when I'm on the telly in America again? and so I come up as confident as ever for my final. And I had the worst general knowledge round I've ever had. It was an embarrassment. I got about 5 questions right. Yeah. I had that thing where answer the first 2 okay, and then somebody just throws you a question, and it's the worst sort of thing where you know it, but you can't do the recall. And you're completely lost, haven't got a clue. And that's where you waste time, and then it's never happened to me before. And that's bad as well, because you don't know how to deal with it. If it's the first time it's happened to you, all of a sudden, God, and I'm thinking, I'm cringing into my seat, you know. And I was leading the start. I think I came 4th out of 5 in the end. I just
But it wasn't a complete embarrassment. You threw away the general.
It was a total
Okay,
embarrassment.
but you showed you knew your subject, which is what counts.
Well, yes, but when you think, well, you know, anybody can do the specialist subject. You know, what counts is the general knowledge. That sorts the men from the boys. And of course, you find out you're one of the boys. You know.
But I mean, you're still enjoying it. You've got other applications in at the moment?
Well,
Or you're not allowed to talk about it?
well, I can because I've not had anything back from the people. You know, you hear the big numbers in this who wants to be a millionaire, and they've started it off again. So I've sent up the application, but I probably won't hear anything about it because I think once you've been on a mastermind and Brain of Britain, you can't lie about it. You've got to tell them they'll find out. It makes it much harder to get on the
big ones,
on the game shows and where there's money at stake.
Is Catchphrase still running? Could you tipping point? I'd love to see you on tipping point.
Well, 10,000 quid, you know.
Yeah.
And I am toying with it, you know, because I'm thinking about my actual gainful employment. I'm thinking of bringing that to a halt in the next year or so. And 10,000 quid would come in handy.
Yeah, it's a nice little bonus payment, wouldn't it? That'd be good. Tax free.
Yeah. You can't be snobby about these things.
No. And those machines are great. I love playing them on the pier, so it'd be fantastic to do
watch them. Well, I was never allowed to even have a penny. Waste of money, you'll lose your money. But look, it's about to fall off. No, you can't. Look at you. And so, I would try, but again, I bet you it's really difficult to get on.
Yeah, I can imagine there's a queue of people for everything like that. Yeah.
A mile long, yeah.
Okay, so let's stick with the folk scene for now then. So it is the 14th. It is Friday night.
Yes, Ashwood Marina, and I'll be doing what I do when I do this stuff. I mean, I have to face it. I can't really sing. I can't play a lot better.
You fit in perfectly on the folk scene.
yeah,
I didn't say that. I was joking. I didn't mean that.
You're right. You're right though, because you know, jazz music. What fantastic musicians jazz musicians are. You can't do anything but admire them. But the trouble is, that's all I can do. I can only admire them. And yet, I can hear some drunken bloke in a corner of a bar who can't sing, and he sings "Hi Germany, come Poland," you know. And all of a sudden, you get that tingle factor up your spine.
The magic happens.
That works for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So, no, I'm not slick. But then again, I'm not too embarrassed about the actual material. So I like to try that out. A mix of stuff you're meant to laugh at for the right reasons, and then some stuff you're not.
Okay, you're going to give us a bit of a flavour of it. Before we do, though, let's just mention the gig again. So it is on Friday the 14th.
Friday the 14th of June.
8:30?
8:30, but turn up a few minutes early probably because you're bound to be packed.
Yeah.
At 8:30, Ashwood Marina, which is in Ashwood.
Yeah.
Strangely enough,
that works.
I think there's only a marina and a nursery in Ashwood, so you can't find it. Actually, I was going to say you can't miss it, but if you don't know it, you've got
to track it down. So you're looking for the Woodman Folk Club online.
Yes, just look online. The Woodman. If you just put Woodman Folk Club, you'll get in. Just put that into
woodmanfolkclub.co.uk. You can find it that way.
Well, you'll find it that way. Woodman Folk Club. Even if you put Kings Winford, which is the nearest large place, that will pick it up.
It's only down the road. And what are you going to sing for us?
I'm going to practice these for your listeners. These aren't going to be too slick. We'll have a contrast. We'll have one that's you're not meant to laugh at, which came as a result of a holiday in Wiltshire and being dragged round a churchyard by my wife, who does that thing. I'm sure it's a woman thing, you know. Oh look. He was only 7. You know. But there is a history to these. There's a story behind these graves. It occurred to me, and I thought, well, hang on. Yeah, there is a story, particularly if you make one up.
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing that.
So I'll do that one, and then I think we'll other side of the coin. It'll just start off. The very first line of it is a line that you will have heard millions of times, well, thousands of times. And teachers in particular will be sick to death of it. And that's it. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, we've got to work out which one's a serious one and which one's a fun one. We'll do that as we go along.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can usually tell minor chords imply sad and major ones joyful.
Okay, for those of us who are musical and talented like myself, that will be tricky to work out. Meanwhile, David Love, always good to speak to you. Where can we find out more about you online?
Well, do you think I've got a website?
Okay, you just Google David Love and you'll find probably loads of TV appearances.
You might find a few YouTubes
Yeah.
down in the past. Yeah, you might find me on YouTube if you can go down about 80 odd pages.
You turn up there.
Yeah.
Right, go and get the guitar. We'll have a little listen to you
yes.
singing songs.
Excuse my back, people. Sorry. Thanks. Cheers. 1941 to 1948, lying in a country churchyard, 5 in from the gate. Never saw a flying fortress, barely knew the welfare state. Didn't dose on penicillin, well, not until a bit too late. Sunshine follows shade, night pirouettes with day. Flowers bloom and fade, and lifetimes pass away. Jackdaws laugh and curse, but people overhead hush their tones, and worse, they walk with solemn tread. Dance on my grave, dance on my grave, and if you've 2 left feet, feel free at least to misbehave. Dance on my grave. Fancy, who'd have thought, to bet how very soon we'd flirt again with war, that men would walk the moon. Might have been a fan of Elvis till the Beatles came along and gladly mortified the kids by joining in the birdie song. Dance on my grave, dance on my grave, and don't be scared to wake the neighbours. They could do with a rave. Dance on my grave. In the parish hall in 1945, watched them dance the jitterbug. Bet I could have danced the jive. Might have done the funky chicken. Anyone could do the twist. Might have even risked a pogo. What a lot of bopping to be missed. Dance on my grave, dance on my grave, and you could organise a conga, or at least a Mexican wave. Dance on my grave, dance on my grave, dance on my grave. How'd I do it? It wore me. Went and locked the teacher in the lavatory. I was only walking past a little nonchalantly. They do it, twore me. How'd I do it? It wore me. Whittled up the gravestones in the cemetery. Was too busy getting flowers for me nan for free. They do it, twore me. How'd I do it? It wore me. Cheating in me O-level geography. Anyway, I bet me crib's too small to see. They do it, tore me. How'd they do it? It wore me. Speeding round the ring road in me XR3. Someone nicked it off the car park at the chestnut tree. They do it, tore me. Nah, to get on in life, it's essential that you know, tell what you do, it's more important what you do. If there's a question mark against you and you want them to remove it, say, prove it. Oh, they do it, it wore me, anonymously tipping off the BBC. Oh, they expect to sack the foreign secretary, they do it, for me. Oh, they do it, it wore me. Exercising power inappropriately, it's them interns, them just desperate for publicity, they do it, for me. So, I'm on the tee at Wentworth. No, I lost my senses. I know the fees are massive, but I stick them on expenses. When this bolt of lightning floors me, and this old man in the sky is grinning out his beard, I says, do you want to tell me why? He said, oh, they do it. It wore me. Have a look in Genesis, I think you'll see. I give you all free will to shape your destiny. They do it. Tore me. Besides which, I can't do it. It ain't me. Ask your smart ass scientists, they all agree. I don't exist, take my responsibility. Can't do it. They do it. Tore me.